According to the reports, PB Fintech is planning to foray in the health insurance sector, and at the TIE Summit happening in Delhi, we caught up with the Vice Chairman, Alok Bansal. Listen in to an excerpt.
See, I'm not an expert on valuation, to be honest. The company has been doing well. When I say well, it means in terms of numbers, in terms of strategy, in terms of what we are solving for the customer. So that part is sorted. We will continue to do what we are doing in a much deeper way. In terms of communicating investors, I think that's also something we have taken on upon ourselves as founders, that we talk to investors and we communicate our story. So I think these are the only things we can control. Eventually, market, I think, had started to appreciate more and more of what we are trying to build. And, market pricing and share pricing is something which, to be honest, we don't even understand how it happens.
Alok, but there are many players who are getting into the insurance distribution business. And how do you plan to then keep your competitive edge up?
No, I think it's a large enough market. There is space for everyone. We welcome people to do what we are doing, but they have to be do it with the same passion. See, the problem is, you talk to anyone, are they coming out with the same passion in terms of solving for middle class, solving for health insurance, solving for the claim process? If yes, they can do what we do. There is no rocket science here. It's just that, it will take time. It is not something which can happen, right? But there is huge space. I mean, we are just a small part of the industry. Industry itself is growing, and there's so much scope to grow further.
Let me ask you one question on, this purported policy development that hasn't really come about. That is, the GST reduction that many industry players and, of course, Minister Nitin Gadkari had also asked on health insurance. Do you think if that comes about in the next GST Council meeting or anytime soon, how do you think that is going to impact the overall business?
So definitely, see, anything which helps customers take the decision. Now, obviously, GST reduction means the pricing will come down a little bit, which is helpful, but I don't think that's the only thing which is restricting customers to buy these policies today. See, if 18% becomes 5%, 0%, yes, it's a definite saving. But eventually it's all about trust. You are paying today for a potential future claim. And if you are not sure that you will get that claim, why should you even pay even 5 rupees, leave apart 10,000, 20,000 rupees? So yes, it's a positive step. But I don't think that is the only step which you need to increase the penetration. I mean, there's just too much back-end work which is required today.
One final question before we let you go, and this is what is on everybody's mind, and which is that PB Fintech is looking to get into the healthcare business. If you could throw some light on that, because there was some mention of it during the earnings call as well.
So we did mention it in the earnings call, and we did clarify to the exchanges for the news item which came out a couple of days back. See, we want to ensure the experience of the customer is superior compared to what it is today, while maintaining the cost for the insurance company within a particular limit, right? Today the problem is a person who is walking into a hospital becomes a revenue for that hospital, but it's a cost for the insurance company. Unless they work together, that can't be solved for. Somewhere the claims being the 70% cost for the insurance company is a very important part of how these two entities work together. And our intention is that insurance companies win, customers win, and somewhere if they both win, the penetration will be much higher and policyholder will win. So we are coming from the insurance angle to this, and assets anyone can own. That's not a big problem. We are still a bit away. See, first of all, why is very clear, why someone should do it, whether it's policyholder, whether it's government, whether it's particular insurance company, the why is clear. What is still is not clear, and how is still a little bit far away. Once we have the clarity, we'll go to the board. As soon as we go to the board, we'll come to the markets, and eventually, obviously, we'll have explanation given to the analyst. My idea.
Do you have a timeline?
I think we should be ready to go to the board in between 4 to 8 weeks, I would say. By the time we'll have some idea of what it takes. After that, yes, it will keep on developing, and the delivery may take a few years. But at least the idea will be clear, or clearer than what it is today, at least.
Tied up very well to the main offering of the companies.
Oh yeah, so from our perspective, we are just thinking of how do we go deeper into customer experience, right? So the reinsurance brokerage thing that we came out with about 6 months back maybe, the whole aim was, can you differentiate the product being offered to the offline customer versus digital customer? Similarly, if you are able to do something with the garages, something with the hospital, it's an additional service to the same customer. So these are very linked in. They are not separate initiatives.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits. And then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.